Okay guys, Tuva here. It is Wednesday the 3rd of August and we are still a waxing moon in Libra. So again guys, remember the balancing act with this. It's pretty much getting the spiritual lined up with the mundane. So whatever you're doing in the physical, try to think of the spiritual at the same time. Not an easy feat when you're busy and you've got things you've got to do, but something that you can think about, even if it's only for a short period of time in the evening. Anyway, let's get on with the reading. Okay guys, so let's see what the runes have to say for today. There we go. And I'm just gonna put them on here. I think we should take the ones that are turned over. So I'm going to take these ones away. Now, there seems to be a bit of a pattern going on again. So, I am going to put them into what looks like a pattern. Now, there's 4 here, if you can see. I'm going to bring them over a bit more here. There's 4 there, there's 3 there, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's 5. Well, that's symbolic. So you've got 3, 4 and 5. Okay, pretty patterns. Now, as I said before, the 5 represents the body, the arms, the legs, the head, and that's pretty much spiritual meaning, for you have the pentacle in that: air, fire, water and earth. So also the element of spirit. So that would be the spiritual reading. You have the 4, which would be the stability, the home, the responsibilities and things like that. But the 3 would be the 3 stages of life, the 3 stages of your existence. So I'm going to start off with 3 stages of existence. Life changing things, like when you're born, when you're married. So I'm going to turn this one over first, and we've got Tiwaz, strength, warrior, the warrior's rune. We also have Wunyo, and we have the blank one. So Odin breathes life into a new birth. Is there a new one coming along? Is there a baby on the way? Or is there a project that is being started and it's coming through? There's much joy in this new birth that's coming along, but is there been issues around it? So that would indicate you would need the strength within. So let's go more in depth with that. Wunyo is the rune of pure joy, and happiness is yours if you're willing to work for it. Now, if Odin is breathing some life in, as I've said before in other readings, I always consider this a rune to do with Odin. And if Odin is breathing in new life into a situation, or a new birth, or a baby on the way, or anything that needs that spark of life put into it, then we have much joy. Seek only what is good and right. So in the situation you're in, to keep that happiness going, you need a little bit of your strength to keep things on the move. And if we look at Tiwaz, which is a warrior's rune, and obviously you know the story of Tyr, because there is need for your courage at the moment in this situation. Now, in what way can that be, you might ask? Well, it's a big thing to have a new child come into the world, or a new project come into the world, or a new family member, or anything like that. It's going to alter the dynamics of your life, of what's going on. And even though you have pure joy, you also need the strength to absorb that, understand it, and make room for it. The warrior rune is not about battle all the time. It's also about using your wisdom to protect yourself if you're challenged, but you will win through. Now, you might have all sorts of things going on. For example, you're pregnant and you don't want to tell anyone. That will have its trials, and you need to be honest and tell people. If it's a health issue, then also don't sit and go through it on your own. You know, there will be joy to be had once you're free of all that. Now, I'm not going to waste too much time on this. I'm going to go on to the next one. The next one is the stability, the family. And I'm going to turn that one. So you've got Lagoose, you've got Rado, and Hagalaz, and Manaz. There you go. Well, humanity, holding on, energy, again, hanging in there. So let's look at Lagoose first. That is the water rune, that is emotion. So you need to get the whole aspect of the family, the emotional side. That relates to the joy, so you've got that going on here. Rado, the traveller rune, also brings through a new travel plan for you, which is this new project, this new child maybe that's coming along. So you've got Rado's energy literally oomping you on, because I'm not going to go deep into these runes today, guys. There's so many of them. We just want to get the idea of what's actually happening, because it's a journey, an arrival, or it can be an event. Recognise that everything comes in cycles, so of course you've got a cycle going on there. And then you can go to Manaz, harmony and humanity. Well, it's humanity mainly, but I always bring harmony in on it. The human race, humanity. And that is what you're doing, a very human thing, bringing a new life into the world for the whole family. So you have Hagalaz, the rune of disruption. That is because, guys, you'll be going through a turmoil, because even though you're really happy about what's happening, it's still turmoil. You have to have all the appointments at the hospital, your job. You might not be feeling too good, and there may be issues around relationships. The fact you may need to change home because you need extra room. There could be turbulence. So what it's basically saying is, hang in there. You are doing the human thing, and there might be a bit of turmoil, but hey, you can cope with that. Now let's get on to the spiritual. If we go to Northes is the rune of necessity. So obviously in your head you are thinking about the necessities, the things that you're going to need for this birth, this new life coming in. And it all comes down to finances as well. That can be a stress on you, because obviously where's the money going to come from? Where's the room going to come from? Where's all the things that you're going to need going to come from? Maybe you can get help from the government, or maybe you can get a few more hours at work, even though you are tired and going through it. This is what it means by the rune of the warrior. You might be feeling the emotions going on. So in your head, you're going to be all over the place, which is understandable. But we go around, and then on the left hand arm, the one that receives, you've got strength. So that means to bring in help, your mother, your father, or your nan, or somebody that's got experience in these matters that you can talk to about how you feel, to get strength from your partner, anyone involved in this. So you'll receive that. Don't push it away. Receive it, because the left hand receives, okay? Then you've got to stagnate, which doesn't mean stagnate at all. It means to sit and wait. So what it is saying is to take a rest when you need it. You are bringing new life into the world, so you need to take rest. You're doing enough. And that doesn't mean that you're going to stagnate. It doesn't mean you're going to sit around. What it does mean is you're looking after yourself. And people may be telling you to do this, and you need to absorb that energy to help you get through the following months. Now we come across to the right leg, and that is Kenaz, and that is the rune of fire and enlightenment, and that shines a light on your situation. So maybe what you've been doing, finding out extra money, things like that, that Kenaz comes to show you how you can walk forward in that, because you put your right foot forwards, yeah? And so Kenaz will bring through the things that you've been looking into. So that's pretty cool. Then we come round to your right arm, and the right arm is the thing that you give, and that would be understanding of how others feel. You've got Gebo, the love rune, and you're giving that love, and that love is to yourself, not just to others, but mainly to yourself. You are doing a marvellous thing. Odin has said so. He's actually present in this rune reading. Now he comes to tell you that that breath of life, that spark of life that's within you at the moment, is going to fulfill you in so many ways. It's going to add to your family, add to your life, add to everything anything that you've always wanted. You're going to make your mother a grandmother, your grandmother a great-grandmother. You're going to add to the family the line of the future. And Odin's breathing that life into that child within. So for those of you that this can relate to, I hope you have got something from it, because I don't mainly get readings like this. So there must be people out there at the moment who are going through a pregnancy or something where it's going to bring something into the family, into your very being. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I hope you're all well, and wherever you are, whatever time of day, night or evening it may be, I wish you the best ever. Hausa Verlang.